Hello, and welcome back to another Northstar Plays pop-up dungeon. If you're new to my channel, I suggest checking out the series. I suggest checking out the series from the beginning. This is an endless run, a pop-up dungeon. Trying to make it at least to 4:30 for the Steam achievement, but I'm also trying to get gold for higher level charms for the Wizard's Tower. Sometimes, at least in the highest way, I should get wiped though. I probably should just turn the difficulty down, but rather than grind too much. It's something to do. It's something to guide, at least for a little while. What I'm up to. This game can be pretty sandboxy. All right, well, not everything's a campaign, so it's just your choice of what campaigns you want to do. I guess it provides you a lot of freedom or a lot of guidance, however you want to play it. It's been a big break, a big break. Well, since the last video, actually, I've laid down for quite a bit today, but a big break between last video and the ones that came earlier before last video.
There is a storm on the horizon.
So world events have progressed. Domestic events have progressed substantially. Things that I wouldn't have dreamed in a fever dream have come to pass in the United States with the president of the country basically ordering the deportation of people who have been found guilty of no crime to concentration camps. CCOT, look it up, that's the prison El Salvador Trump is sending people to, is a concentration camp. Not only because people are being set there without due process based on identity, which would make it a concentration camp no matter how humane the conditions, but because people are being crowded 70 to a room on metal slabs basically with no sheets and no mattresses. They're not allowed. It's not like it's a logistical issue. Just they will never ever get sheets or mattresses. That is the conditions they're being by design subjected to. I don't even think the temperature control is great. They have 23.5 hours a day in that room. They never get to go outside, even in that half hour they're not in that room. The lights never go out. Did I mention that? They have gangs, violent gangs, all crowded in the same room, rival gangs. So people who commit no crimes are put in with violent criminals. This is death sentence, especially because they're being held indefinitely without any trial. The people normally go there for life sentences. So this is, and Trump wants the president of El Salvador to build 5 more prisons just like that, which would hold about 320,000 more people. This is unthinkable, like Nazi-style mass murder. Because the people go there, they will die. You put people in conditions like that, they will die within, not many years. Kind of like when Nazi concentration camps, not about the extermination camps with the gas chambers, but just the other camps, people would die within a few years because of conditions. This is similar to that. These conditions are so bad, people will die. And in fact have been, because El Salvador had been sending its victims. It's basically a fascist regime, and it had been sending El Salvador, and it had been sending people it didn't like to these camps for a while, and they were dying. So it's not like we don't already know that these camps are lethal. I've gone camps because that's what the U.S. usually calls such things. These places are worse than the Soviet gulags, worse than the U.S. prison system. They're unthinkably bad. And this is shocking to me. I didn't expect this. I thought Trump maybe go Mussolini-style fascism, maybe invade some countries, which I wouldn't be so shocked by. In the course of world history, countries, I know my history, unlike a lot of people. People get shocked, invading countries, that makes you, or no. Countries have been invading each other and annexing each other for thousands of years. thousands of years. I mean, it wasn't always modern nation states. It was feudal monarchies and ancient empires, but they were structured somewhat differently. But the fact is, that's not unusual. That doesn't make a nation some great evil and blight on the world. It's why people losing their mind over Russia and Ukraine. It's like, no. It might be bad, but it's far from unprecedented to attack and try and conquer your neighbors and take some of their land for reasons of varying degrees of validity throughout history. But sending people to camps like this is exceedingly bad and not that common in world history by contrast. The British pioneered it in Africa. But that was outside their borders. And I mean, the Italians followed along with doing similarly in Ethiopia, but doing it within your borders to permanent residents and even occasionally citizens so far, but probably more and more in the future of your own country, that was something that the Nazis pioneered. So this is scary times, and yeah. I had to comment on it some because I don't want you folks to think, I know I sometimes talk politics stuff in the chat. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring this or that the earlier videos, no, it hadn't happened yet when I recorded the previous videos. I recorded them well ahead of time. And then I took a huge break, and now this has happened. And it's scary. I'm sure as the state oppressive apparatus tightens its grip, they'll come for me for criticizing this. They'll come for... I'm like a 16th generation American. I'm white. It's not like they're going to come for me because I'm brown or something. They're going to come for me because I'm a political dissident here. And freedom of speech means nothing to people like this. I don't know. I expected far more Americans to be extremely angry, extremely vocal in opposition to this, and that's not happening. So I tried following up on some connections to try and get the hell out of the country, but I'm disabled with long COVID. I can't work, which makes it hard. If I wasn't, I would just pick up and I would get a visa and just pick up and move to Europe. Not that hard. But because long COVID, no countries want to take me, it's hard. I need to have some kind of income. YouTube channel trying to get that big. And I probably need a sponsor. Which I had an organization I'm part of that has connections in Europe, so I tried to reach out, but we're not talking a political thing. Anyways, yeah, they're not taking this seriously enough, and they're like, oh, well, the people there, they might say yes, but they probably won't. It's like, do you realize this is going to be life and death for people like me? Like, they're going to come for distance like me, and they're going to same place like Seagull. They're gonna freaking kill me with my long COVID. I definitely wouldn't survive those conditions because I dare to speak up about, you know, fascism. And if I don't speak up, well, if no one opposes this, people die. People die in these camps, and no one, you know, opposition is necessary for this to ever end. People have to speak up. It's shocking that Trump even won a second term. But, you know, the Democrats were turning a blind eye to the Gaza genocide, so they kind of shot themselves in the foot. And I sometimes think the Democrats don't want to win. They will do anything to make sure they lose to Republicans, it seems like, at times. And maybe they do, because we have a broken two-party system. And And I'm talking about the Democratic Party. I'm not talking about like voters. I hate people. Oh, it's the voters' fault. We're not getting behind Democrats no matter what. No, politicians have to earn your votes. The fact that we don't have a system where there's more than two parties is completely dysfunctional, and it's that way because, well, the two parties have kept it that way. When third parties run candidates, they actually try and get them pulled off the ballots very often. They will try and keep them from reaching the national debates by constantly raising the requirements to be there if any third party comes close. And they'll never oppose, say, a constitutional amendment to change the way congressmen are elected to, say, some proportional representation system instead of winner take all, which I have to emphasize for anyone who doesn't know their history. Americans have a shit knowledge of history, and actually most people in the capitalist world do, because the ruling class don't want you to know your history. But for Americans, because this is American history, and someone in Europe isn't going to know this anyways, America's founding fathers did not anticipate the existence of political parties. They didn't. They didn't think that there would be political parties in America, so they didn't design a two-party system. They thought there would be no parties, so there was no need to create something like a proportional representation system, or they probably would have created one. America's founding fathers literally thought they'd somehow written a system that would not have political parties. That they were delusional to think that, if you ask me, but or if they didn't believe that, they claimed that they believed that quite publicly and were lying so that, you know, they could create a two-party system if you're a real cynic. But they certainly said that they didn't think there would be parties. And I had no reason to think they were lying. Anyways, let me finish this deployment off camera. Alright, and back. I don't mean to... Got a bit of a rant there about this stuff. It's important, but you guys probably come here to unwind and not to hear about this endlessly. So, look at these enemies real quick, just to show you guys. Well, I don't want to go through all their abilities, but they're all hard-hitting, every single one of them. The weakest is this, the Delicatessen, which has substantial power, just no armor pen. Unlike the Outwalker, the Transporter, the Smuggler, and the Space Fencer. Well, actually, the Space Fencer just does insane amounts of power. Yeah, they can all take down party members. This party is so much tougher than the last one that it probably could have defeated the other enemy party. If it was like AI versus AI, 2-1. So this will be one of the harder fights, I guess. And I'm deploying defensively just to be sure. So here's nothing. I'm tired, and I'll probably make lots of mistakes, but I did rest some. Lay down for quite a bit. Hrothgar Flameblade. Speed and haste are nice.
Cargo. Faster than the speed of law.
We are pilgrims in an unholy land.
Do wish I could have deployed further down this hallway, but he rolled near max mobility. Most he could have expected to roll. He's not that deadly, the Smuggler in front. He just, if he gets behind you, he's got 910 bat power, and then you're screwed. Sorry, the cough. The noise canceling didn't move it there. Let's flexibility.
Redemption is at hand.
This could lead to a bit of a cooldown. Yeah, that's fine. There's plenty of abilities he can
I
roll now.
walk through the valley.
You're not gonna like this.
He's preparing to rush down the hall and try and take some of these enemies down later. Luckily, none of them have insane movement. In fact, the transporter can't move at all except by using teleport bell or buffer transport. So you can only teleport around. Can't even move. It's because he's really high power level and mobility is a minor weakness and strength weakness mobility. So the higher his power level, the more his mobility suffers. Lower power levels, he would actually be able to move. See this? Start accumulating those buffs. Can't taunt or anything.
I'm not used to all this
I'll just wait there.
darkness.
The Lich will be blocking the way with a Scully Belly, and I'm gonna probably kill the Smuggler. Just worried because Smuggler can use what's that to orient away and then, you know, kill you when he gets a back shot with it. Give power to James.
Feel free to die. I'll resurrect you.
Next turn I'll be able to summon a Phoenix. Why do I give that to... Do any of them have ranged abilities? Well, the transponder. He's not going to be able to close that quick. Yep. Suppose I do have to worry about this thing giving negative crit chance, which actually does make abilities less effective. So give resistance to Ulrich. So close. James will hang back.
I like to keep my friends. Eternal dawn, light the way.
I will fear no
I don't want her back to even remotely be facing the direction of that Smuggler if it somehow powers through or... anyways.
Put your faith in the light.
Yeah, that resistance lasts 3 turns, so... immediately be useful.
Stay close.
Oh, I've never dumped cargo. the Ottoman to fall back? Yeah, I might, actually.
Oh, that's no fair. This isn't looking good.
He can't shoot first if he doesn't have higher speed. That's right. Ottoman's faster than him, I guess. Right here. It's got some real mobility. Make sure there's nothing ranged. Well, this guy mostly. Teleportation can be quite nasty. I don't know what the range is on site to site. If he uses buffer transport and that, and like he pops up here. I'm trying to keep the Ottoman out of line of sight. No such luck with the skeletons, but oh, this would be behind cover.
Double toil and trouble.
Trick or treat, Inquisitor, because he's got abysmal dark defense, so he actually gets a really powerful trick or treating ability. It's kind of silly that it never actually exists. Whereas something that was strong and dark, like the Skelly ability, would get a very weak one. Like 657 potency. It's unusually great for that buff. 6 turns. The ability. At least 3 use, or well, probably 6 uses actually. There's a positioned her there, so clear that space so she could get forward.
But only one truth.
Probably should have had her clear that desk for the drain you thing. Oh well. Don't know if she'll line of sight on it. There's nothing here to debuff.
Where the spirit pulls, the body flows.
This guy could see, I'm trying to see if him have extra mobility or such. No. So it's just this transporter, and he actually has limited AP. Probably only move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe overestimating him. Pencil we got for range though. I'll just put him here.
Get your lies out now while you still can.
Or... no.
Fear and
Needs to be there.
surprise are my chief weapons.
You will break fast. Scrambling. You are toast. I will save your bacon.
I'll protect you, fair maiden. Advancing.
Transportation is a precise business. Try this, mate. Just try and stop me.
Ready? You moved 2 tiles. That was dumb.
I do not seek glory.
He always has limited uses of those. So, AI being dumb. Could have been much more deadly if you knew how to use its abilities correctly, but...
I give you my heart.
Extra mobility. One AP to move all the way to the end of the hall. This massive damage. That's front defense. He's got front power. So no. Feedback is also nasty. I suppose this doesn't have any extra. 1722. This is... rip it. Unless there's haste on it. There is. Okay, so the Outwalker is definitely the thing to go for. Light damage to the Outwalker. Unsurprisingly.
The light will guide.
That's the way I do this. Hurts him, but doesn't kill him. Luckily it didn't drain his power, he wouldn't be able to do jack. And his Flame Blade is helping a little. There's Greater Zeal Strike. And dead Outwalker. Just barely.
Where is my hat?
Of course, Hrothgar's shield is depleted and he's wounded, so he's not going to survive any longer. That was pretty much it. I wonder if I should have used the second Divine Fervor. What? No. Probably should just use one so you have more AP attack with. Oh well.
I still have faith in man.
If Orc and the Witch are both moving forward, which they will be. Oh, this always summons behind. Anyways. Not always. Probably just... I could have made him face that way, actually. That was dumb. Oh well.
All right, it's my turn now.
Guess this aren't done further back. Keeping Reign of Jane's patch-up ability. Space Fencer is on the way in. I'll probably just repent to the Inquisitor. Let's bring in a treant. Guard this. Heck out of it. Or yeah, the Sky Belly will go first and it will get counterattacked. I'm not gonna keep it alive, what am I saying? It's disposable. Highly disposable. Alright. Cool.
These elven armies have seen much suffering. Do we give power or crit chance to James for this? There is substantial power behind things. Sanctify. This gives Jane some speed. This could give Ulrich some power and armor pen. To face the space fencer? Nah. Eternal Dawn, I call upon your light.
James.
My wrath undoes the will. Our cause is true.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep him on his feet. Probably should just take a shot at the space fencer and then fall back then.
My path is righteous.
Ranged ability.
The light will guide me.
Outside of his range. My back turned to me. He's a duelist, so he needs to face.
Hmm. Teleport guy turned out to be nearly as smart as I thought he would, so.
Too slow.
Piercing against a skeleton?
Scoundrel.
Not gonna work. Yeah, he's also got great front defense, but no particular benefits to flanks or back, so. This turns his back to Hrothgar. That direction, more like the Phoenix, actually. His side to the Inquisitor.
Too slow.
That's a good amount of front defense, but it's only for a turn.
You knave. Oh my.
Hmm. Guess there is used to having had James turn around like that.
Know any good recipes?
Yep, she could have done this before.
And your little dog!
I have a few questions.
At you, knave. Why don't we give extra AP with trick-or-treating to the space fencer? Don't mind giving him atonement, though.
I am no missionary. Still maintaining your innocence?
A little bit of waste AP. With self-damage.
The truth is solitary.
There, at a range of the fencer. Oh, extra AP the treant. Yes, please.
Here is your affirmation.
Spirit and elemental. That's substantial damage. Make actually finish off the space fencer. Hmm. This thing can heal its allies. Well, and itself. I could start weakening it. Ooh, I have an idea. It's just not quite enough range, darn it. I should just go here. And wait.
Advancing. Exterminate. These are galified eggs. Scrambling.
I am not right-handed. How about you?
Could juice cleanse the fencer.
Prepare to die.
Piercing gets a skeleton? Seriously, dude?
No further.
I've killed almost anything else, but this thing survived. Barely. If he'd rolled a little higher, it wouldn't have. Hmm. That's an interesting pattern. Of course, the retreat thing. Hmm. I'll just end up killing all the bees. Alrighty then. Step aside and let Brock go. Maybe. Yeah. Come this sometimes does weird things like this, and I don't understand it. Here we go. If turned diagonally would have. That's probably actually what I should have done. Would have led to it with that spread out pattern. Just facing diagonally. Brat doesn't have much AP, so
I have a certain set of skills. Cheaper than a shuttlecraft. Earl Grey's people.
My soul is prepared.
There's 100 trillion atoms in a human cell.
I wield the elements in your favor. The elements do my bidding.
we got one whelp, huh? That was bad luck. Teleport belt. Transplace. I'm gonna give it to this. I see. 2 to 4 teleport in a straight line. That makes delicatessen long range.
Let's risk a little magic.
53 minutes already.
Time for some explosive action.
Did do the position off camera, right? Or did I mess that up? I was too tired. And not. In case repent fails. I probably want to do more than that.
The darkness
See if
will
this
not
AP.
rise.
Well, boys, one turn to live unless I patch it up. And that I shall. Get the sacred protection first.
I'll resurrect you.
Get much.
Sentence you to more life.
Tougher gal. It's like a little dragon now. Big dragon. Legendary dragon. Substantial damage.
Never turn your face from the cold.
Interestingly, if I had tried to have the Phoenix attack the space fencer before, probably would have reduced him to low health, but the delicatessen would have healed it up, so I'm not sure it would have worked. Depends on damage at time and healing over time, what order they work in. Yeah, he's all out of ripostes. Oh.
I give you my heart.
Okay. He's gonna hurt now. self-holy bulwark for the... No, he doesn't have the AP for it. He's there for the haste.
Stay close.
Instant delivery.
Cargo. Darn it. At least the fencer can't reach him. How many turns does that thing have? 1. Could start damaging it now, though. That I shall. We don't want to break it. So, boom. Damaging it actually gives healing, interestingly. So you have to worry about the Delicatessen creeping through, but it can only do that. It can only do that in a straight line.
My wrath undoes the
Boom. So if it goes there and tries to use this, which only works in a line, tiles in the same line as the activator. There's nowhere it can't reach Ulrich or Hrothgar. So only if Ulrich stands right here.
a divine favor.
Is just in case. Just got his back turned in case the fencer somehow gets through. Alrighty then. Keep the Ottoman in reserve. Yeah, I'll position this Skelly Bow here, I guess. Or here, so we can duck around the corner if necessary. So the witch can do the trick-or-treat thing on it. Need be. Poor back defense. Why do these do exactly the same damage then? Hmm.
Quit hitting yourself.
Oh yeah. If I'd done there, hit the space fencer instead. Hmm. Might be an opportunity to patch that bee up for Jane. Maybe both these two.
No treat comes without a trick. These are not for you. Which way? I'm all out of corny puns.
Fortunately, the juice cleanse would probably remove that.
Make room.
Only the darkness should fear the light. In good faith. The truth has its benefits.
Let's see if I can take this guy now.
I never lose a package.
Nope. Wound him though. Spread the damage out so the delicatessen can't heal them all, maybe? Yeah. Support abilities are less effective on self. It's remembered. And healed up. As much distance as possible from the transporter. Alright. Job of these little fellows is to soak up hits and get in the way.
You are toast. Resistance is utile. I will save your bacon. Resistance is utile.
Killed the bee with juice. It's a much more aggressive opponent than expected.
Scrambling. You are
Seek hazardous adventure.
Let's see, the range on Taproot is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sell some fruit.
You're on the transporter's grid now, dead or alive. Earl Grey's people.
Long have I watched man.
Hmm.
You want me to pull a rabbit out of well? Let's make this quick.
These elven eyes have seen much suffering.
You shall not pass.
Feel the light course through your mortal veins. Eternal dawn will call upon your light.
It's quite enough. Actually, I guess there's always the potential of delicatessen getting the transporter warping through and trying to take down James,
No evil.
which take down the whelps. Oh, yeah, and the phoenixes. Time to break open that cargo. The heck? Shouldn't you have gotten something for that? No, it's not.
I bring the flame.
Consider
This is
this a
delivery. Oh, it's a 50% chance of that. It may not work if killed.
I walk through the valley.
Scoundrel.
Forget the cargo dude.
Knave.
Is that so much more effective? Oh, phenomenal against slashing. Let's see if I can take down the enemy. Healer. Nope.
patterns and dust.
Again? Is taking damage over time.
How could I be beaten?
do not cling to life sufficiently to fear death. Coward! I feel my second wind. No, I was wrong.
Second wind?
Let's not
Oop,
do
oops,
that
wrong.
again, okay?
That wasn't so bad. Why are you whining? Red shells? As in, like, shotgun shells?
Men looking for this. More firepower.
Power, speed, and the chance to copy the last used ability.
Men looking for this.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm missing. Holy Shield works against kill effects. That's
So
why
this is the
I put
fat
that.
loot everyone was telling me about.
You-
Did anyone get any paper cuts? Ugh. Could you clean this off for me, please?
Let's see. Uh,
Let's honor the dead by putting their gear to use.
what's that? Stanley or protect the spirit? Even greater range. Yeah, protect the spirit's more useful ability
An instrument for justice.
right now. More powerful Phoenix that's
This will sometimes greed is a necessary evil.
able to team greater.
I'll keep it safe.
I humbly accept this gift.
Legendary Phoenix has more abilities than Master, so that's why I'm trying to do that. Brock already has the ability to give himself extra earth
I will
power.
sanctify it with my touch.
More firepower.
His
So
nails
this
broke.
is the fat loot everyone was telling me about.
I want James getting
I
sniped.
could use a new staff to lean upon. Allow me.
Hmm.
A boon to our
Power in the
cause.
tank. A minor heal on friendlies. A little bit less evasion on enemies. Limited use. Junk. Cool. I should be doing that level, but interesting that's in the options. Well, I hope you folks enjoyed this. Sorry, I'm kind of slow. Getting the hang of this game, but I'm also really tired. So I wish you folks the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves, and may you always find Guiding Star to lead you home. Till next time. This is Northstar. Adieu, and best luck.